31.
You're 31?
Yeah.
And are you sleeping out here in the streets?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you have a place to stay?
No.
How long have you been doing this?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
Like
The day, because how my days go day to day, my memory's not very good.
yeah, I get that.
But I've been, I don't know, like quite a few years.
Quite a few years.
Like 4 or 5 years on and off. Like I would stay indoors at some of my relatives' places, but it would only work out so long,
Yeah.
And then so I mean,
So on and off.
I was staying just from where I came from. I was in Utah, and I can stay indoors there, but it's really difficult.
It's a lot of conflict.
Yeah, and then me being by myself too is really really difficult. I mean, imagine just like living up on a mountain somewhere, and you live by yourself and there's nobody ever around ever. Wouldn't that be hard to deal with?
That'd be extremely hard.
You know what I mean? So I kind of came out here by choice. Yeah, I can go back and live indoors. It's just I feel like I'm going crazy there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what got you out here initially? Was it one thing that you can like point to?
Yeah, family problems that we couldn't work out the bills, like, oh, the rent is not getting paid, so we had to move from the apartment that we were at. Plus, I got into legal trouble, growing weed. And
that was it? Just growing weed? Anything else?
No, I mean, just like, what do they call those conflicts, like a minor thing, like between two people, like they're fighting or whatever a little bit. And then I've had a couple of those which have been resolved,
Like assault?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Got in a fight with my stepdad and stuff, and
Do you still keep in contact with family?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like not all of them, but a lot of them. There are certain ones.
So they know what you're up to?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, right now they do. Yeah.
They worried about you?
Well, yeah. I mean, they say they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
They say they do. I believe them. Yeah.
And
I don't know if they can actually like help. I know it's hard for other people to make it.
yeah.
So not everybody can help. But
And if you don't mind me asking, like, what's keeping you out here?
Because I don't know. It's really hard for me to stay indoors. Like,
You just don't fit? You don't fit in? You're not meant for it?
No, it's, yeah.
But would you rather be out here?
Would I rather be out here?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to my mom the other day, and like I told her, I don't really mind being out here. That's not what the problem is. It's other things that in life. I don't really mind being out here. I'm like a weed kind of guy.
You're a what kind of guy?
Weed.
Weed?
I just smoke, weed and
Nothing else?
No, and I use, like tobacco products and alcohol every now and then. But I know you're not, people aren't allowed to smoke weed in public, but I just...
Yeah, I mean...
I just do it.
People turn their head. A lot of people don't mind it now that it's legal. It's not legal federally, but you see people smoking joints
and I know all about the law on that,
So, is there anything that you want to work towards or achieve? Like anything that's been on your mind that you want to do? Because surely this can't be it for you, just living out here, right? There's got to be something else that you...
No, I agree. There's how you get the normality, things that are normal and, you get, be in a house and have a family and job and all that, right? You know what I mean?
Do you want that?
Well, yeah, I mean, I want a family, but I feel like I'm being pushed over the point to where the things that I wanted before is now drifting away. Almost to where I don't even really care about getting that now. Yeah, it's too late. I'm 31. I know I'm not that old.
You're only 5 years older than me. Sorry, I just turned 26.
Okay. I'm not too old, but I'm getting, most people have already had kids already. I don't have any kids. So I feel like they're ahead of me in a way, because they've had kids. And then you have people that say not to have kids, and that kind of bothers me because I don't understand. I know people say, oh, the world's bad, so don't have kids. That's what they say, but I just don't think it's a good thing to say.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you want kids and you should have kids, you shouldn't worry about what other people worry about. But that doesn't mean to say you still can't. I mean, everyone has a different path that they go on. Everyone has children at different ages. There's not a specific age that you need to have children by, or it's not going to happen. My parents didn't have me till they were 38.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about it being late. Later on in life. Yeah.
So then, is there anything that you're doing to try and better your circumstance? Or are you just kind of riding the wave?
I guess I would want to just say riding the wave because, because what I already do now and what I have now, I don't see what I can get that's better.
You don't see any potential?
Yeah, I mean,
you just think it's too hard to reach the things that you wanted to reach previously?
Yeah, and then I wouldn't be able to do the normal job I don't think I'd be able to do it just because I don't know, just because of how I am. So
how you are, do you have a mental illness?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get Social Security money. I get, every month. So that's how I can buy my, weed here. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could just say it's up to the individual if they decide if I have a mental illness or not.
But you haven't been like diagnosed with it?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, I think I have the avoidant, personality disorder, but there was something that I was trying to get to that was, but
I mean, just talking to you though, I don't see why you couldn't get a job if you wanted to. I mean, I've spoke with a lot of different people out here, and you carry a conversation pretty well. You seem like a genuine guy. You're not out here hurting anybody, starting fights. You're not using hard drugs.
yeah.
You know? What was,
when you say better my circumstance, that's what you mean? Do you mean living indoors,
I just mean
or
not
job?
sleeping on the street?
Oh, not sleeping on the, okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, this isn't meant for anyone,
Yeah.
Even though some people like you might not mind it can't be what you want the rest of your life, right?
Well, yeah, no.
Not that there's like a right way and a wrong way to live, but I just mean, have a place where you can get 3 meals a day, have a place where you can shower, have a place where, you can at least meet like your bodily needs. Because, I mean, I'm sure the winters out here aren't fun.
I'm usually really lucky and my body stays clean and my feet usually stay dry.
Yeah.
And then they get dry really fast. So I don't have to deal with the athlete's foot and germs and stuff like that because I know how to do it.
That's
I don't know. I mean,
you just feel kind of stuck.
What?
Do you just feel kind of stuck?
Yeah, that I feel stuck. I just, like I told my mom, I was talking to my mom the other day, and I asked her, why is it that I'm happier out here on the street than living indoors? Can you tell me that?
That's what you asked her?
Yeah.
And what'd she say?
I don't know. She just said that she didn't know. She doesn't know why.
Well,
why am I happier living out here than living indoors?
Is there danger there? Is there something that you're running away from?
Well, no. It just
doesn't work out.
Like I was saying earlier, there's just nobody there, nobody around, to hang out with,
So you'd rather be out here and kind of have your own freedom to do what you want.
Yeah, I don't really have any people really to, hang out with, so I just, chose to come out here, I guess.
So you don't get lonely? You don't get lonely out here?
Out here, I mean, now that you ask that, I don't really feel lonely out here. When I go indoors, like in Utah at the house, If I was in there, I would feel lonely. Yeah.
Is that
Out here, not really.
It's really interesting.
I haven't really felt lonely out here.
It's really interesting. You're not worried about your health or somebody, attacking you or robbing you. You're not worried about any of that?
No.
Just because this area is so dense with homeless people and drugs.
Yeah, and I have a really good perception, so I can kind of get sense and get a general vibe of each person really good, and I usually think a lot, anyway, and so the main thing I'm worried about is like some young person trying to steal off with my weed pipe, something like that.
Okay.
Which happened before, and I got my weed pipe back.
How do people typically treat you out here? Do people talk to you? Do people talk to you ever?
Yeah, they do. Sometimes, and sometimes they just walk by and they just kind of say something, just mumbling or
like. Give me an example.
I don't know. They'll just walk by and say some random thing, like if that's like one of the homeless people, but the people that aren't homeless, like the people that you would consider normal or whatever, right? They usually don't talk to me. It's only the homeless people that do.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And as far as actual good conversation, that's very few people
Like
to get that from.
people that just walk up and want to ask you how you are.
Yeah, and talk and actually have a real conversation that's kind of a little bit
Is that
uncommon.
does that
I don't get it all the time.
does that make you sad when you think about that, or do you just not think about it? Like how all
Well,
these
yeah,
people-
I think about a lot of things a lot, and it does. Yeah, it does make me sad. It makes me, because I feel like I feel like my behavior is being changed kind of by the outside world, by the society, and I don't I have felt before like I'm acting in a way that I don't want to, like my behaviors
is wrong.
being forced a
Right.
certain way or something.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So maybe that's why you feel happier out here, because
'Cause-
you don't have like an expectation of how to behave or what to do or what you need to be doing. Out here, it's just
That
like
makes sense.
It's an open book.
Like I'm like at the house, I'm always like paranoid and thinking who's gonna knock on the door, and when I'm out here, it's like all that
Chatter, yeah.
that stress is all gone. You know what I mean? And
That's a really unique perspective. It's kind of crazy for me to hear you say that too, because most people just assume if you're homeless, if you're out here, you're miserable and you hate your life. Whereas I'm talking to you right now and you're telling me the opposite. You're saying you actually feel safer in a way out here.
yeah,
You're more content.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think that's really interesting, man, and that's just a misconception that society kind of holds. I think people really appreciate seeing this and hearing that perspective from you.
Yeah, and for health, I just I gained a lot, of knowledge over the years, and so I know how to, take care of my health, and so I just, use weed, and I eat it sometimes, and been trying to, cut back on the smoking of, weed part, because it's not really good to, do that a lot, but smoking wax is good. I know you're probably not a weed, you probably haven't smoked weed.
I have.
What?
I do.
You do? Oh.
Yeah.
So you know what wax is?
Yeah, just casually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm not an everyday guy, but sure, man. I mean, I'm 21. I can do it.
Yeah.
You
And I know all about it, and and I just, I'm trying to just smoke the wax and not smoke the regular weed, and like, it's good. I feel really good every time I do it, like.
You could be doing way worse stuff too. So
Yeah.
I mean, and
Which I'm glad that I'm not doing.
yeah, absolutely, man.
So.